Welcome back to X Games Minneapolis, and here is a look from the sky floating down from the leapfrogs. And there is US Bank Stadium, touchdown. And we are here inside US Bank Stadium. So much action as the crowd continues to fill up here inside US Bank Stadium. What an incredible event that just was with Women's Skate Street. And as you just saw, some amazing footage of the leapfrogs. And unfortunately, earlier this year, a tragic story where the leapfrogs lost one of their own. Today, we remember Remington Peters.
Special warfare operator first class Remington Jordan Peters had a passion for life. And his fierce loyalty to his friends, family, and country led him in 2008 to enlist in the Navy and pursue his dream of becoming a U.S. Navy SEAL. Peters completed 2 deployments in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom, Afghanistan. In 2016, Peters was selected to join the Navy's elite leapfrog parachute demonstration team. Remy had over 900 jumps during his career. A decorated serviceman, the Navy SEAL community lost a true patriot.
Welcome back to the inaugural X Games Minneapolis. And what better way to kick off the weekend's biggest event than with a flyover this proper. The stakes are raised on day 3 as we welcome you into US Bank Stadium for America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. What's happening, everybody? Brandon Graham alongside the legend Chris Miller and the pro Corbin Harris reporting from the course. Chris, this event debuted back in 2004 as a bit of a spectacular idea, more or less, and yet here we are 13 years later, and a lot of skaters are actually making this their singular focus.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Big Air really emerged from back in 2003 when Danny Way built the first mega ramp and filmed his groundbreaking video part. But of course, at that time, he was the only one to ride it. Now, of course, it's evolved into Big Air, and we have all these young athletes coming up. I'm so excited to see what happens, and I'm also excited to see what the veteran Bob Burnquist can do.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Back indoors after spending the previous 3 outside in Austin, Texas, and boy, are these skaters happy to be under a roof, weather not playing an issue whatsoever out here today. But we have an accomplished field out here, some young guns as well as some veterans. There you see, that is our podium from 2015. You might be scratching your head going, what about last year? Well, because of weather, we didn't even put the contest on last year. So that podium, Bob Burnquist, Elliot Sloan, and Tom Shar already qualified in, and 3 skaters joining them here in today's final.
Yeah, and the reality is there's only a few of these facilities that are permanent anywhere, and so I think that's who we're eyeing as our favorites as well.
Well, for more on defending gold medalist Bob Burnquist, let's head down to Corbin.
Yeah, thanks very much, Brandon. I had a quick chat about strategy with Bob Burnquist here for practice over the last hour. And for the last 3 times that he's podiumed, he's done the switch lean 540 over the gap, straight into the 720. Funny thing is, he says he doesn't want to do that and he wants to try something brand new this time. So I don't know what we have in store, but he's keeping it a secret.
Yeah, thanks, Corbin. I don't know how many times that guy can continue to reinvent himself. He is a legend in this discipline alone. Such a big name, so important to skateboarding. But let's take a look now at our finals format. As we said, 6 skaters out here today, each of them getting 5 runs on that monstrosity of a ramp. Best single score wins. We're not connecting tricks or anything like that. You put down a banger, you can walk away with a gold medal.
Yeah, I mean, and what you're gonna see from a strategic point of view, the ideal thing as a competitor that you wanna do is you wanna make your first run. You've got 5 attempts though, so that kind of gives you a comfort factor, but what we wanna see is these guys land a run and then start stepping it up. So we'll see first round, but we shouldn't see anything too crazy out of these guys in that first round.
Well, you saw the podium from 2015, Tom Shar, Elliot Sloan, and Bob Burnquist. They're all out here, but who are joining them? Clay Kriner, Trey Wood, and our top-ranked qualifier, Itala Penarubia.
He was amazing in the qualifying round, and he's got a couple tricks that he wasn't able to land. He's got a backside 360 late shove it. It's an ollie over the gap. A lot going on there. When you see it, you'll know. We'll talk about it, but hoping to see him land that here in the final.
We will have quite a battle on our hands here today. We've got a packed house here in our brand new home of US Bank Stadium. Let's get this thing going with the first run of America's Navy Skateboard Big Air. And we kick things off with 20-year-old Clay Kriner. Clay, perhaps the busiest man here at X Games. He's the only skateboarder here in Minneapolis competing in 3 events. He skated in Vert on Thursday. He's also got Park tomorrow.
Yeah, just a lot going on. Clay coming in off the big gap. Oh, going for the Indy 7 over the gap and kind of overshooting the landing, not being able to get it. So Clay is obviously just a skate machine. The guy's so excited to be here. He's skating everything. He's probably put in more hours on his skateboard than anyone else here this week.
Here's 16-year-old Trey Wood, who's making his 5th X Games appearance. The talent is there, hasn't been able to get over the hump yet and earn an X Games medal. Does that change today?
Going down on the 7. I've said this before, but Trey is definitely one of the rising and future stars of skateboarding. He's so talented, and it's just only a matter of time before he's medaling in these events at X Games.
So we are 2 skaters into our 6-man final here, but again, taking a look at this ramp under the roof here in US Bank Stadium. What are the guys dealing with today, Chris?
It is just a massive ramp. When you stand at the top, I mean, it makes your legs shake to look down this thing. You have 2 choices on the gap, the 63-footer or the 50-footer. We'll see everyone hitting the bigger gap, and then there's this 27-foot quarter pipe. It's just a wall that is scary and exciting. So they all got to deal with that.
Getting over the gap, just half of the battle here today. You got to do something huge off that quarter pipe. And now our top-ranked qualifier, Itala Penarubia, out of Brazil, making his 5th X Games appearance. Yet to find the X Games podium, but if he skates anyway like he did in the qualifiers, like he did in practice, that may change.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the qualifying round was, you know, the level of difficulty was like a final, and he led that round, so he certainly has what it takes. Nice. Big backside ollie 3. Wow.
Oh!
Looked like he was attempting a 540 varial, not getting it.
So 3 skaters in. We do not have a full pool yet today. As you can see the guys talking strategy right now.
I love the lighting in this building. That sunlight, the way it comes through the roof here is just awesome.
So much natural light here at US Bank Stadium. Well, next up is Tom Sharp. We actually had a chance to ask him what we can expect from him out here today.
For Big Air, I'm going to try and do tail grab 720 and the stalefish 900, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. That one's that's kind of been my goal for like the past like couple years, just trying to get down that one line, and hopefully this could be the year.
So, if 17-year-old Tom Sharp can put that down, where would that put him medal-wise?
That's potentially a gold medal run for sure right there. Tail grab 7, just perfectly executed. Wow.
Yes!
Yeah, Tom, he's got it.
Tom Sharp right out the gate.
And those are not the tricks he was talking about, but that was Tom's safety run, so you can only imagine how it's going to build from there. This is a 720 tail grab over the gap. Look at that rotation, off axis, grabbing the tail, pointing the nose, and just perfectly landed. Wow.
Of course, that's only half the battle.
Yeah, you just have so much speed going into that wall. Look at the scale of this Melon 540.
Nearly 21 feet above the quarter pipe.
What an incredible shot, a great run. I mean, that is what you want to do Obviously, Tom is one of our younger competitors, but that's the perfect strategy.
An 85.33 for Shar, putting him up into first place. He has won this event before. He did it back in 2014 as a 14-year-old. Another former gold medalist in this event, Elliot Sloan. He skated in vert a couple of days ago, did not finish the way he wanted to, but all is forgiven because he has really been focused on big air.
There you go, 87. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I mean, it really looked like he landed it just fine. A little shaky, maybe slightly over-rotated. Elliot is definitely one of my favorites on the big air, on any transition skating. He's just so powerful, and he's got a great variety of tricks.
And there we see the most successful X Games athlete of all time, Bob Burnquist. We had a chance to catch up with him a little bit earlier.
I'm Bob Burnquist, and I'm a professional skateboarder. My first X Games was back in 1995, which happened to be the first X Games. I've been to every single X Games since. I have 30 medals, and most of the medals were on transition, so vert best trick, mega ramp. And to keep motivated, obviously you got to be hungry to want to progress. I mean, it's all about learning new things. That's what skateboarding is. You know, I've been fortunate to have my complex here. I think of something new, I can go and make it happen right there. I mean, I know I'm blessed because it's something that's special to have. I think everyone's different, but I definitely need my breaks from skateboarding. Do something completely different. Lately, it's been jiu-jitsu. You know, it's not necessarily something that I do on my off day because it hurts just as much, but it's more of a mind evolution, you know. The situations I go through when I'm on the mega ramp, you have to have a calm mind within the storm, and jiu-jitsu is like that. It makes you look at things differently, and I think that that's an advantage. A goal here is to be progressive till you die, and even after that.
"30 X Games medals for Bob Burnquist. He's got 14 gold, one behind Shaun White for the all-time leader on this list. You know he does it for the love of skateboarding, but that has to be playing in his mind out here today, Chris Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. Bob is one of the dominant figures in the sport, in all of these sports, in the X Games.
Here's Bob Burnquist, first attempt.
Going for a body varial 180 ollie over the gap.
Bob's a veteran. He knows he's got 4 more shots on this thing, and all he needs is one. One run in officially here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. It's Tom Shar leading the way.
Go Navy!
Check it out. Hello folks, how's it going? Great pictures. How's it going, folks?
Chris Miller, that may be the best America's Navy activation yet. They've been such a great partner of the X Games for so long. You actually get to try on the kit.
I just want to know what happens after you go in that suit. Are they going to dunk you in the water? Or what? Are they going to launch him into space? I don't know what's going to happen there.
If you're just joining us, it's America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. It's time for run number 2. 6 skaters here in the final. Tom Shar leading the way. He was actually the only one to land a run on those first attempts. We'll see if Clay Kriner can join him, dropping in for his second attempt.
That drop in is such a rush. It's like your stomach is in your throat. You're going so fast, and I don't care how many times you've done it. Look at Clay Kriner.
Oh!
I thought he was going to get that. Looked like he was maybe a little bit over the deck there and bailed out rather than hanging up, of course.
Much closer than he was on attempt number 1, and you can see that there's a Jumbotron there behind the quarter pipe, so all of these skaters immediately looking up to see what went wrong. So Clay Kriner still trying to put a solid score on the board, a 41.66, good enough for second, but of course early on here in our final. 6 skaters, each of them getting 5 attempts here on the big air ramp. The single best score counts. Here's Trey Wood.
Trey looking good over the gap, a mute 720.
Oh!
And you know, most of these guys, you talk to them, it's the quarter pipe that's really tough. They all say it. They're like, yeah, the gap, you know, I mean, and they're trying hard stuff. But the quarter pipe is where the real danger factor comes in. It is so difficult, and you can hang up easily. You can get pitched out too far into the flat, like we saw Jake Brown, what happened to him, you know, years ago. And so that's where these guys get freaked out. That's where you're seeing them struggle a bit, I think.
Not only that, how many reps can you possibly get? I mean, for a lot of these guys, Bob Burnquist has this ramp in his backyard, and then you see this one at X Games.
Yeah, and there's one at Woodward Camp in Tehachapi. But, you know, the reality is these guys don't get a ton of practice time on this, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and it's just, it's big. You're going fast. You're going 40 miles an hour, and you're jumping a, you know, 60-foot plus gap into a 27-foot quarter pipe. It's crazy. Look at this, 540 fail.
Oh! He was right there, Chris. And did you look at that, the huck meter? Iittala got up almost 25 feet above the quarter pipe.
Take a look at this. Just, it's amazing how well the board sticks to their feet on these ollies. What they do is they kind of tilt off axis so the board goes in the wind, and it just sticks to their feet. It's amazing.
So Iittala Penarubia unable to stick that run. Run number 2 continues here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final right after this.
X Games Minneapolis is brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. Keep your cool in breathable underwear. Toyota, let's go places. And America's Navy. In defense of all, we hold dear back home. Learn more at Navy.com.
Welcome back to America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. And there we see America's Navy launch and landing pad. And sometimes we say, oh, you got to see it in person to appreciate the magnitude, the size of this thing. I think even watching it on your screen at home gives you an idea of what this is all about.
It's just massive. I mean, it is, you have a ramp that's filling this stadium.
So we're in the midst of run 2 here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. There we see Tom Shar, 17 years old now, but he is the youngest Big Air medalist in X Games history when he won gold back in 2014.
Well, it's amazing. Now he's a foot taller at least.
Well, it's time for today's life proof, living proof. Today's subject, Tom Shar.
My name's Tom Shar, and I'm a professional skateboarder. We recently just moved down to Cardiff. It's kind of like vert skating central. You can't go, 5 miles without seeing for a ramp or a skate park or something, so it's pretty cool. Since last year, I've been skating a lot more bowls and parks and stuff. I think it's really fun. I think I'm actually starting to like it more than vert, kind of. It's kind of like everything in one. There's a lot more like room for like creativity. I don't think skating is so split up anymore by like you skate vert or street or whatever. Now it's kind of just, everyone can kind of skate everything. And I think that's like the future.
Well, at 17 years old, Tom is making his 9th X Games appearance, but seems to defy all logic to me. But look back, just 2 years ago, the last time we had Big Air at 15, he was 5'6", $110. 2 years later, nearly 6 feet tall and 150.
Wow, tail grab 7, stomping it. 900, and he makes it!
The 9 off the corner!
Gosh! Got a one-man contest. He's the only skater that's made a run. Now he's made his second run, and he just did a 900.
That was absolutely textbook. What goes from 150 to 0 in less than 2 seconds? A Navy fighter pilot landing on an aircraft carrier. Let's see Tom Shar can land like that. Look how nice this is. I mean, this is just effortless. And as you said, he's the only one to land both his runs. He's the only person to land a run.
Perfect. Look how far down the ramp he landed there on that tail grab 7. So well done. And this, as I was watching, and I was thinking, like, I think he's going to bail. It just looked like he was slightly over the deck. 900. Just perfect.
17-year-old Tom Shar with that 91.66. Staying in first place. So here's Elliott Sloan. 5 X Games medals here in Big Air in his career. A previous gold medalist.
Indy 7. Do an Indy 5. Perfectly done. That is awesome. Great to see him get a score on the board. Now he has somewhere to build from.
Perhaps the make's now contagious after Tom Shar put that down.
Well, after watching Tom, I think all these guys know it's time to put the pedal to the metal. Elliott, I love the rotation. Off axis on that Indy, tuck knee grab, around the knee pad. A little sketch on the landing, but he made it just fine.
So Tom Shar in the lead with that 91.66. This will absolutely bump Elliott up. Where do the judges put him after his second run? An 86, so very solid for Elliott Sloan, putting him into silver medal position.
And he's got more in the tank too. I mean, all these guys have more tricks that they can do. Of course, this man Bob Burnquist has probably made more different tricks on this ramp than anybody else.
Our defending gold medalist in search of his 15th.
But he needs to make a run as well. And by doing this, he's putting a lot of pressure on himself. If you have 5 attempts, he's got 3 more, but still.
Well, that's what I was going to say. At what point do you have to maybe throw away what you wanted to do big and just stick a landing just to get that confidence up? Obviously, Bob not lacking in that department. Elliott Sloan having fun with the corral down there. So we're through 2 runs. Here are the standings in America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. It's Tom Shar, Elliott Sloan right behind him, Clay Kriner in that 3rd place position. Run number 3 from X Games Minneapolis after this.
Hey, my name is Chris Burkhardt. I'm a photographer from Central California, and the photograph that you see here is basically a byproduct of a lot of years of exploring surf in the Arctic and just kind of this love affair for cold water. It was one of the hardest shots I've ever tried to create, basically using really high ISO cameras as well as some lights on the beach. We were able to photograph surfing under the northern lights after multiple failed attempts. The conditions were some of the worst I've ever been in, like -10 with wind chill and middle of the night in the Arctic Circle. But the byproduct was probably one of the most rewarding things I've ever seen. A lot different from warm, sunny Nicaragua. Thanks.
Absolutely stunning. The X Games Zoom initiative brings together so many talented artists and photographers. And to vote for your favorite, visit xgames.com/zoom.
Yeah, so many cool shots over there of every sport. You know, just amazing.
Welcome back to America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. It's time for run number 3. 17-year-old Tom Shar with a commanding lead with that 91.66 on attempt number 2. Here's Clay Kriner. He's trying to put it together. Has been all right over the gap. The quarter is what's been giving him issues, Chris.
Indy 7 got that one stopped. Massive 540, he can make it. He's got it. There we go, Clay is on the board. 22 feet 4 inches.
Wow!
That is the highest air ever done at X Games Big Air on that 540 right there. So Clay Kriner not only making a run and getting on the board here, but setting an X Games record in the process.
The previous record was Nolan Monroe, who put down a 22 feet 2 inch jump back in LA 2012. Clay Kriner, you now own the record. An 88 for Clay Kriner, jumping him all the way up into second place.
Wow. Good job, Clay. We love seeing that. This guy is known for his big airs in whatever terrain he's skating, whether it's vert or park, and obviously big air.
Well, he's in silver medal position right now, but you got to think for Clay, he's feeling good no matter what color medal he gets after breaking a record here today. Here's Trey Wood.
Nice, Butte 7. Wow. Yes! Trey also putting down a massive 5. Maybe the makes are contagious now.
Get it! And there you see Clay Kriner hyped. He probably doesn't even know that he just broke the record, but excited for his buddy Trey Wood sticking his first run of the day.
Absolutely. I love the slow rotation these guys do on those 5s for Mega. You have so much time on the big air quarter pipe that you have to slow down the rotation. It just looks really cool compared to what you see, you know, in park or vert, for example. Great to see Trey land a run here.
Judges taking their time with this one. An 83.33, so not enough to get him into podium position, but he's lurking, Chris.
No, he's lurking, and you know what? I mean, that was an awesome run, but I do feel that that's about right. You know, I don't think he bettered Elliott Sloan's run, but now he's got something to build from.
So here's Italo Penarubia trying to put together a clean run. We'll see if he gets inspired by what Clay and Trey Wood just put down.
Italo, backside ollie 3, nice landing. Going for a varial 540, he gets it, he gets it. And look at the height on that.
Did this just happen? Did we just see a record broken twice over the span of 3 skateboarders? 23 feet, 10 inches for Italo.
That is a significantly higher.
Knights of Columbus was that high. I can't believe it. This is a record that stood for 5 years. What goes from 150 to 0 in less than 2 seconds? A Navy fighter pilot landing on an aircraft carrier. Let's see if Italo Penarubia can land like that.
Take a look at Italo. Effortless with that 540 ollie. Look at his eyes. Look at the determination right there. He's like, I'm about to blast into orbit here.
Look at this. Do not turn your eyes away from your television screen.
It's a 540, and the you see, he rotates his board an extra rotation while spinning 540. So there's some complexity to that. That is a technical trick. And you can see the elation there. Italo is psyched.
America's Navy is made up of pilots who can stick just about any landing, even on an aircraft carrier, in the complete darkness of light. And Italo Penarubia breaking Clay Kriner's 92nd record that he held there.
Tom Shar, I think we're going to see Tom do some experimentation here. He's got nothing to lose.
Our current leader.
Tail grab 7, just perfectly stomped. Stale fish 9. That was what he was talking about in his interview when he said he's been wanting to do it for years. Again, grabbing with that backhand behind his back foot. It's just such an awkward rotation. That's what makes it so difficult.
Well, at this point, Tom Shar can only go for broke.
Exactly.
I mean, he's got the lead right now. If he wants to up the ante and give him some breathing room, he's got to try something like that. He'll hold on to that 91.66. Next up, though, Elliott Sloan. We actually caught up with Elliott at his home to find out what makes this guy tick.
I grew up in New York City, been out in California for about 11 years now, and yeah, I'll never move back. I don't really leave my house much because I have everything I need here. I can skate and play music. You know, there's no way I could have all this stuff being in New York. For me, music is just as important as skating. I've got everything in the studio, all sorts of guitars, drums, amps, all sorts of horror figures to get you inspired to write the heaviest of riffs. What's really cool about music and skating is like there's endless possibilities of what you can come up with. There's always going to be a new song to write or a new idea and a new trick. It's just no other feeling like it. I'm Elliot Sloan and I'm a professional skateboarder.
I don't think there's any other way to say it. Elliott Sloan shreds.
He does shred. You know, it's not uncommon to see skateboarders in such a creative field. A lot of these guys play music or do art or have some other kind of creative field that they're talented in. And Elliott, as you can see, is a shredding guitarist.
So Elliott sitting in that bronze medal position.
Wow. Whoa! 89. That was so close.
That's heavy. Chris Miller, if he can put that down. Ay, ay, ay.
Well, at this point, if that had been a make, that certainly would be a challenge for the gold medal position.
And again, a 41.66. Much like Tom, Elliott's got that solid score under his belt. He's got to push it.
Well, the pressure's on for Bob. He obviously, as we've talked about him, and we all know from his track record, he can do whatever he wants on this thing. Let's see what he brings us.
No question, Bob Burnquist looking for his first make.
You know, he's going for something that's so technical there. And, you know, I talked about it when Italo was going over the gap with an ollie. When you ollie this gap here, it's such an interesting way to approach it because you're traveling so far, you really have to leverage the board up and into the wind. And Bob doing a body varial there, so you're completely losing contact with the board. It's just extremely difficult.
The pressure that Bob is putting himself in to deliver on his final 2 runs. Oh my goodness, we are 3 runs in here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. And it's Tom Shar leading the way with that 91.66, but we've seen the height record broken a couple times already. My goodness. Run 4 right around the corner, but we got a question for you. It's time now for America's Navy Insider. Today's question, what is the number of various aircraft flown in the Navy? 612, 1113, 2250, or 3700? Chris, I need your answer quickly.
I have no idea, but I'm going to go with 1113.
Couldn't have been more wrong. It's D. Learn more about naval aviation careers at Navy.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to X Games Minneapolis inside US Bank Stadium. And we are the luckiest people in the building. Why? Because we're sitting next to a new gold medalist, Kevin Peraza, now 2 gold medals. How did it feel earlier, man? What's going through your mind right now? How excited are you to now have a second gold medal?
Speechless, man. I'm out of words, to be honest. I went out there.
You're out of words. You're losing your voice. You're
losing my voice, yeah.
Voice.
Watching Big Air last night, watching all the friends kill it in street as well, like, got me super hyped today. I got to ride the bowl today. I'm healthy. I'm having fun. Everyone finished off healthy, like I said. Speechless, man. Like, this is unreal. It's a big motivation for tomorrow's dirt final.
That's right, man.
I felt good. I had fun, and I did me, man, and it just worked.
What about the support, man? Everywhere I looked, there was a giant Peraza sign. You had your girlfriend out there, your whole friends
Everyone,
out there.
Yeah. I had some friends from Tucson out there holding the Peraza banner with my little brother. Some homies I rode street yesterday, Chad and Brock.
Awesome.
My mom, my dad.
All right, and now we're going to check out Shred Hate. We'll be right back.
Everybody's been through some type of hell and back, whatever that means for them. And so with bullying, I mean, that's just something that's not tolerable.
I'm 5'4" and grew up in a part of town where I was the minority, so I know where the kids are coming from. So, you know, and here I am at the X Games with a gold medal in my pocket. So just, there's always hope. Just do the right thing and keep going forward.
So Kevin, tell me more about the support, man. You have your girlfriend out there, you have the huge sign. I mean, does that help kind of like give you the energy to throw down?
Always, you know, having my girlfriend there, my mom, my dad, my two little brothers in the crowd, all my homies that ride BMX as well supporting me, the fans, like the whole banner of my friends from back home, like just gave me a bigger smile on my face and almost made me realize and remember that I'm already here. You know, being here is already winning for me, you know, and just went out there and had a good time, and it worked. Like I said, I'm still speechless. I'm losing my voice every time I get to explain to you guys. Like, yeah, what can I say?
You know, every time we talk to you and I hear you talk and get interviewed by other people, you're just saying all the time how you're having such a great time, you're happy, you're healthy, you're having fun. Is that really the key to your success, is just having a good time? And
always.
It's that smile. It's that smile. Look at that smile.
I mean, besides the amazing smile, it's all, I mean, he's always winning the smile, but
I mean, I get to wake up every day to live the life I've only dreamt about as a kid, you know, and to be at an X Games with my heroes and my best friends, you know, I'm living, you know, and I'm out there to be a role model for all the kids that are starting that already ride BMX, to my family and all the people that show me love and support me, you know, like here for the good time, you know, and like I got to enjoy day by day, you know, and I think that's key in life. If you would just enjoy what you do every day, then you'll never work a day in your life. And I'm blessed, you know, I can't thank God enough and everyone that supports me. It's super cool.
Such a beautiful thing.
And speaking of day by day, tomorrow we have a lot more coming up. You have another shot at another gold medal with BMX Dirt. And there's so much to look forward to tomorrow, because our X Games Minneapolis coverage continues tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN with the Moto X Best Whip and Best Trick Finals, the Men's Skateboard Street Final, and the Women's Skateboard Park Final. You can also watch the X Games streaming live on the ESPN app. Kevin Peraza, thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on our show. Good luck to you tomorrow. And next up, we've got America's Navy Big Air, the final run. Are you guys excited?
I'm stoked.
I'm excited. It's going to be crazy. Let's get to it. America's Navy Skate Big Air.
Our X Games Minneapolis coverage continues tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN with the Moto X Best Whip and Best Trick Finals, the Men's Skateboard Street Final, and the Women's Skateboard Park Final. You can also watch the X Games streaming live on the ESPN app. Welcome back into US Bank Stadium. We're in the midst of America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. Brandon Graham alongside the legend Chris Miller here in the booth. And Chris, so far, it's been the Tom Shar show.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This has been so exciting, and you know, he's got more runs to go. So, and we still haven't seen Bob make a run yet, so this is like I'm on the edge of my seat to see what happens next.
Right, the man with 30 medals in search of his 15th gold right now with that score of 1, sitting in 6th place, just trying to land something. But now it's time for run number 4 here in our 5-run final. Clay Kriner sitting in silver medal position with that 88 on the dot. What can he do to knock off Tom Shar?
You know, he's got to have some more technical tricks. And of course, going big. I mean, he's doing it right so far. 87 going down there. It's so tough. I'm always amazed that he rises without elbow pads. I mean, this thing just melts your skin when you're going that fast and you slide on it.
Right, we see a lot of the skaters, and you'll see them out here today wearing gloves even.
Yeah, gloves, long sleeves. But he's like, nope, this is just the way I skate.
So Trey Wood put down that 83.33 on his last attempt. What's he got for an encore for attempt number 4?
There's a mute 7 over the gap. And looking like he's going for a 540 varial.
And that was a great example of mid-air strategy, or re-strategy, I should say.
Yeah, you can see he had to pull his legs in. Looks like he was kind of over the deck. Another look at that. Beautiful kind of textbook mute 7. You see him kind of pull that elbow in, tucked it in for that last rotation. It's pretty interesting to see the way these guys spin. A lot of this is just intuitive, at least for them.
Trey Wood will hold on to his 83.33, and 5th place is where he will stay. That's a very strong score to not even be in podium contention at the moment. Italo Penarubia, welcome to the X Games history books. That 85.33 scored last run, 23 feet 10 inches, the highest we've ever seen anyone go in X Games big air skateboard.
Absolutely, and if you're wondering what held his score back, if anything, it was just that he did a 360 ollie over the gap. So he's got to get more technical, and he wants a 360 ollie late shove it. It's a trick that he's been working on. There it is. Not going to get it this time.
We know he has the amplitude on the quarter. He's proven that. If he can land that over the gap, watch out.
Yeah, and it's not simply a high air contest, otherwise he would actually be in first right now. But again, he's got to get a little more technical over the gap, and that's what he's attempting to do, so he's on the right track.
Our current leader, Tom Shaw.
Tom, tail grab 7, just landing so perfect. There it is, Stalefish 9.
Oh! He's right there, Chris.
That is just so incredible. I'm impressed with how solid Tom is over the gap, the jump. And again, Tom's another skater that's doing multiple events here, also skating park and looking like a favorite in that field.
Absolutely.
But he's just made every one of these, and he just lands all of them perfect. It looks so solid. So we're hoping he can come back and stick that Stalefish 900. That would be incredible to see.
Elliott Sloan trying to add to his 8 career X Games medals. He's sitting in bronze medal position with that 86.
Indy 720 over the gap. He's going for it.
Yes!
Wow! An Indy 900.
Oh my goodness! Elliott Sloan absolutely feeling himself out here today.
Wow, Elliott coming through.
Can you believe it? What goes from 150 to 0 in less than 2 seconds? A Navy fighter pilot landing on an aircraft carrier. Let's see if Elliott Sloan can land like that.
Look at this run. So here's that beautiful Indy 7, kind of off axis. That rotation just looks so great. Such good style. And then this is an Indy grab 900. Reaching under the board, rotating over, and you're seeing that kind of similar off-axis rotation. And right there, that landing's blind. Elliott's just holding on, going, you know, that is sheer willpower right there.
America's Navy is made up of pilots who can stick just about any landing, even on an aircraft carrier in the complete darkness of night. And Elliott Sloan doing something he's never done before. We await his run for score. A 90 for Elliott Sloan, taking over the top spot.
Yes, Elliott, congratulations on that score. Look at how pumped he is.
Wow. We have an update. Elliott Sloan still good at skateboarding. That was unreal. That is going to be a tough score to beat, but one man who's got it in him, the winningest in the event's history, Bob Burnquist.
Bob,
wow.
I'm surprised he keeps sticking with that trick, but he wants to make it. And Bob, if anybody can do it, I mean, it's kind of funny because you can kind of see on his face, he's still relaxed. He's like, all right, one run, I got this.
Bob Burnquist has won this event 8 times before. He has yet to stick a landing out here today, but we are officially 4 runs in at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air, and Elliott Sloan putting on a show, taking over the top spot on his 4th attempt. It is getting heavy out here at US Bank Stadium. So Tom Shar feeling good, but then Elliott Sloan goes and does something like that. Final attempt time when we return.
X Games Minneapolis is brought to you by America's Navy. In defense of all we hold dear back home. Learn more at Navy.com. And Toyota, let's go places.
Well, the world's best action sports athletes are competing at X Games Minneapolis, and our coverage continues Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern on ABC, and then at 3 on ESPN. You can also watch the X Games streaming live on the ESPN app. Welcome back, everybody, to America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final, where Elliott Sloan just did the impossible and put down a 94 on the dot to take over gold medal position. But it's final attempt time out here, Chris Miller. These guys got to lay it all out on the line right here, right now.
And that was just amazing. You could see when you're showing that shot of the competitors, the camaraderie between these guys. They're all putting it on the line, and they all support each other in that, and they want to just see, they want to see the best stuff made.
And it should be noted, back in 2015, Elliott earned a silver medal. That was the last time we had this contest, and he called that his dream run, and it was a silver medal. I can only imagine what he would call this today if it holds up and he earns that gold. So here's Clay Kriner, who's sitting in that bronze medal position in his 2nd X Games appearance. Never earned a medal. What does that change here today?
That Indy 7 getting away from him. I mean, he would obviously have loved to up his score and perhaps protect that podium position, but he's just going to have to sit and watch the rest of these guys and see what happens.
Yeah, it's good to be in medal position, but he can't quite breathe easy with some big names still to go for their final run behind him. Here's Trey Wood sitting in 5th.
Mute 7. There's that burial 5, and he's not getting it. So a great showing from Trey Wood today, nonetheless.
Yeah, Trey Wood's 3rd run where he scored that 83.33, that had the look of a podium finish potentially, but then when you see what Elliott, Tom, and even Clay did today, it's easy to see how he'll be left off the podium.
Well, when your fellow competitors start to drop never been dones, it's tough.
We've seen a couple NBDs today, including one from this man, Italo Penarubia, who has the highest air of all time.
And we're looking for him to make this 360 ollie late shove it over the gap. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh!
so close.
Iittala coming in with so much hype. He was our top-ranked qualifier, looked great in practice. Obviously got that record air a couple of runs ago, but will not get on the podium. Tom Shar, he's in silver medal position, has that 91.66. If he wants to reclaim the top spot and take it away from Elliott Sloan, here's his final chance.
Tail grab 7. Stalefish 9.
Oh!
He held that for so long. It really looked like he was gonna make it. Here's Tom with that Stalefish 900 attempt. Again, the grab done with your backhand, rotating around. And then this is where it gets so difficult because it's just completely blind. Coming in, you can see he's basically coming in backwards. So you just have to kind of rely on faith and your intuition of your body awareness.
Would that have been enough to overtake Elliott?
I would say if he had made that, I'd be glad I wasn't a judge. I don't know.
And our current leader, Elliott Sloan, with that dominant 94 on his last attempt, something we had never seen before. What can he possibly do here and now on his final attempt?
He was going for a kickflip 7, it looked like.
So Elliott does not land that over the gap, but we now turn our attention to Bob Burnquist. Bob has medaled in 13 consecutive big air competitions. He's in 6th place. He has not landed a run here today. He's our defending gold medalist. The most decorated athlete in X Games history. If there's one person in this field that can take over the top spot, it's Bob Burnquist, but he's going to have to do it right here, right now.
No!
And he doesn't do it!
I'm surprised that Bob went with that same trick, but that's his fate for today, and that is Elliott Sloan's day. Look at this guy.
There you see the love for Elliott Sloan. Such a favorite amongst fans, such a favorite amongst fellow skateboarders, and he earns his 2nd ever Big Air gold medal. We now take a look at our podium and final standings here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final. It's Elliott Sloan back on top with that 94, Tom Shar with the silver, and Clay Kriner earning his very first X Games medal.
Hanging on for bronze. Congrats to Clay and congrats to Elliott Sloan. That was just incredible.
What a show for all of these guys out here at US Bank Stadium. Elliott Sloan back on top. And let's head down to Corbin Harris, who's with Elliott.
Elliott Sloan, congratulations. I know this is one of the only events out here for Big Air. What does this mean to you?
Man, this means the world. I know my mom wanted to be here real bad, but she's watching at home, and this one's for her. We did it, Mom. Right here.
You did it again. Bob, this competitor right here, he's really something else. What's it like to be skating with this guy?
Oh, I'm just proud of everyone here. Everyone's skating so amazing. I feel like the category's in a good hand. I feel like my story started back in '95 here at X Games. This was my last one, 2017. I appreciate everyone. I'm glad to end it here in Minneapolis. I'll keep skating. Obviously, it's not retirement. There's no such thing. But my story here is done. It's in good hands. Elliott, you ripped it. Thank you.
Elliott, one more question here. What can we see from you coming up next year? You're coming back bigger and better?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, just the level every year, just when we thought, you know, it's like, I mean, dude, anyone could have won today. It's kind of speechless.
He's lost for words. We're going to throw it back to you guys. Congratulations, Elliot Sloan.
Congratulations to Elliott Sloan on that gold medal, but Bob Burnquist just making breaking news there, saying that this is his final X Games. Can you believe that, Chris Miller?
No, I can't, but you know what? Bob has an incredible long track record, and he's passing the torch, and these guys look up to them. So congrats to Elliot and all of the crew.
The most decorated athlete in X Games history, Bob Burnquist, calling it an X Games career today, but today it's all about Elliott Sloan with his second big air gold medal. For Corbin Harris and Chris Miller, I'm Brandon Graham. That's going to do it for us here at America's Navy Skateboard Big Air Final.
Wow, the feeling of joy, tears of joy. Kevin Peraza, you are also wearing a gold medal. Walk us through that feeling right there. When they have the microphone in your face, you know it's real. I mean, does it even feel real at that point?
I'm speechless still, and that was 2 hours ago, you know. And
yeah, man.
This is cool, man. Like, I got to take this back home to everyone that showed me love and supported me, to my family, to all my friends, to all the Spanish-speaking riders, to all action sports, man. This weekend will be unforgettable for me, and
what
big
about
motivation for tomorrow as well. So,
what did you think of the big air right there?
Big air's gnarly. I personally wouldn't drop in, but
why wouldn't you drop in? I mean, you're an X Games gold medalist.
I know.
I want to put on some knee pads and some hand pads,
slide down
the ramp.
I think it'd be cooler to slide down. No, but it's super gnarly, like both BMX and skate big air.
There's
unreal.
the
Elliot Sloan
shot,
coming with the
Elliott
win.
Sloan.
Like,
you know what was pretty amazing moment? Seeing Elliot Sloan at the very end of the competition after he sees he wins gold. Bob Burnquist
everyone's
comes
rallying
up,
behind
they
him.
come up, they give a hug, and it's like Elliot's looking at Bob and just like in disbelief that he just took gold. I mean, it's like
yeah, talk
looking
about
at an idol.
that. Talk about like the community in action sports in each different event. I mean, it's an individual sport, but everybody rallies together. It's like a shared celebration.
Action sports in general is all love for each other. You know, we're competing against ourselves in the end, but obviously the competition trying to beat one another, but we're there to support one another as well, whether they win or lose or fall. You know, we want them to get up. We want everyone to do good. Like, I was there supporting one of my heroes, Dennis Anderson, Gary Young, even my friend Pat Casey, Mike Varga. I could throw the names out. All love, man. All my friends, we're all out there, and I'm glad we're all walking away healthy today, you know. And
that's absolutely
give
right.
each other the love, the support, you know, always. BMX is the same.
Do you find that unique to action sports, is that it's so full of love and that you guys are able to be a brotherhood? You know, you look at so many other sports and you have other players bashing on each other and talking mess to one another, and here it's not like that.
Of course, yeah, like we all know the risk, you know. We all started exactly the same at one point in whatever discipline we all ride in or do, you know, and I think we all respect each other of how far we've made it. Being at an X Games is winning, walking away healthy is winning, you know, and getting to see your friends win or have your friends support you when you win is unreal, you know. You feel the love.
That's right, man.
Within skateboarding, BMX, moto, everything, you know, the love is there and everyone supports each other. We're all action sports. We're a big union. And that's the best part about freestyle and everything.
You said it best. You absolutely said it best. And we've got so much more love and action sports coming up tonight. Monster Energy, Skate Street, Women's Skate Park, Moto X Best Whip, and the highly anticipated Monster Energy Moto X Best Trick, which is all coming down tonight, starting in 1 hour from now. We're going to watch Jackson Strong attempt a double backflip off the quarter pipe. I am so excited. US Bank Stadium is filling up. It has been an incredible day 3 so far, and it is only getting better. There's some shots of Kevin Peraza, who we're hanging out with, celebrating his gold medal. The world's best action sports athletes are here at US Bank Stadium. It's going down. We'll see when we get back.